Geladen! Feuer!
In 1940, the German army ruled Europe. Their panzer divisions rolled across France with terrifying speed and precision. Crews of the feared 80 flak gun believed there was nothing in the world they couldn't destroy. They called their weapons tank killers, capable of piercing any armor. When British forces arrived with their slow, clumsy-looking Matilda tanks, the Germans didn't panic. They laughed. To them, it looked like a relic, a pre-war machine with no chance against blitzkrieg. Even the British crews weren't impressed. The Matilda was painfully slow, barely crawling across the battlefield. Its top speed was less than 10 miles per hour. Crews often joked that they could walk faster than their tanks. But deep inside, they trusted one thing: the armor. Thick, solid, and forged from the best steel Britain could produce, the Matilda was built not for speed, but survival. In a world of fast warfare, that choice would soon prove its worth.
Ist das ein Panzer oder eine fahrende Dose?
So ein Unsinn. Das soll uns Angst machen.
Einfach nur lächerlich.
German mockery, as German intelligence gathered photos of British Matildas. Laughter echoed through command posts. They mocked its small gun, its tracks, its sluggish movement. They called it the cardboard coffin, slow, weak, and easy prey. But mocking an enemy's weapon is easy when you've never faced it. That arrogance would soon cost them dearly on the fields of France. The Battle of Arras begins May 1940. The Battle of Arras. German forces were sweeping through northern France, pushing the British Expeditionary Force toward the sea. Suddenly, out of the smoke, came an unexpected British counterattack, led by Matilda tanks. The Germans weren't ready. Their maps didn't show British armor here. Their confidence vanished as heavy treads rumbled closer through the fog of war.
Achtung! Panzer! Feuer! Lade bereit! Verdammt, es prallt ab! Schnell! Nachladen!
German 37mm guns fail. The key. First German guns to respond were the light 37mm anti-tank cannons, the pride of the Wehrmacht. Crews fired rapidly, aiming at the Matildas from every angle. But to their shock, every shell bounced off. The tanks kept coming, undamaged, unstoppable. One German officer later wrote, "Our shells struck like pebbles on a stone wall."
Vorwärts, Männer! Schnell! In Deckung! Wir müssen die Stellung halten!
German panic spread quickly through the German lines. Officers shouted for heavier guns. Soldiers watched in disbelief as British tanks rolled through their positions. Machine gun fire rattled against armor like rain on iron. For the first time in the war, German troops faced a tank that refused to die. The psychological effect was devastating. Their invincible army had met something new. Matilda advances, unstoppable. Matilda tanks crushed barbed wire, crossed trenches, and rolled through explosions. Their armor shrugged off direct hits from rifles and artillery fragments. German infantry fled, leaving their weapons behind. Inside the tanks, British crews kept moving forward, calm, focused, and determined. Slow, yes, but unstoppable.
Fertig machen zum Feuern! Rohrwagen links! Laden! Schnell!
The 80 mate enters the field desperate for an answer. German commanders ordered their 80 flak guns, designed to shoot down aircraft, to fire at ground targets. These massive guns were the only hope to stop the British advance. Crews hastily lowered barrels, took aim, and waited for the Matildas to get close enough. The battlefield fell silent for a moment. Then the first thunderous 88mm shot rang out. First 88 shots. The 88. Shells smashed into the leading Matilda with incredible force. At last, the armor cracked, but only at close range. The crews inside the tanks felt the impacts, sparks flying, steel shaking. Yet many tanks kept moving. The Germans had finally found a weapon strong enough to penetrate, but it came at a cost. They had to expose their gun crews to deadly return fire.
Full speed ahead! Don't stop for anything!
British tactical withdrawal. After hours of fighting, the British realized their advance could not last. German reinforcements were closing in, and ammunition was running low. But the Matildas didn't retreat in defeat. They pulled back with most of their tanks still functional. Even damaged, they had survived what no tank before them had. Direct hits from Germany's most feared guns. German respect captured. German reports told the story. Commanders admitted that the Matilda's armor was far beyond anything they expected. One report called it a tank that mocks our lighter weapons. The British had built something that earned not laughter, but respect. The Germans began studying the Matilda's design, searching for weaknesses. North Africa. Campaign months later, the Matilda made its name in the deserts of North Africa. Under the scorching sun, it fought Rommel's Afrika Korps and once again proved nearly indestructible. German shells that tore through sand and dust failed to break its armor. It wasn't fast, but in the brutal desert war, that didn't matter. Survival mattered, and the Matilda excelled at it.
The Matilda, seen here during the North African campaign, provided the British with a significant armoured advantage in the early years.
Closing image. As the war moved on, faster tanks replaced the Matilda. But its story remains. The tank that turned mockery into fear. The cardboard coffin became the steel survivor. And when German soldiers remembered the Battle of Arras, they no longer laughed at the Matilda. They remembered the day their shells simply bounced off.